Chandana. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Virjam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya Mrityave Brahma Vidyacharya Nachiketase cha. Who is next? Swapna.
This meeting is being recorded.
Kim tat padamityah
Kim tat padamityah
Vijnana sarathirystu
Vijnana sarathiryastu
Manah pragrahavan naraha
Manah pragrahavan naraha
Sodhvanah paramapnoti
Sodhvana paramapnoti
Tadvishnoh paramam padam.
Tadvishnof paramam padam
Vijnana sarathirystu
Vijnana sarathiryastu
Manah pragrahavan naraha
Manah pragrahavan naraha
Sodhvanah paramapnoti
Sodhvanah paramapnoti
Tadvishnoh paramam padam.
Tadvishnof paramam padam.
So, we have come to the definition of this padam. The previous mantras, how did we start? 1 and 2, okay, 1.3. Mantras 1 and 2 introduced the so-called Jivatma and Paramatma entered this person, this heart, right? We saw that. Jivatma and Paramatma. 2. If you go back one Valli, if you go back to the second Valli of the same Adhyaya, 1.2, you know how it begins? Anyat Shreyo Anyat Uta Eva Preyaha. And the second mantra is Shreyascha Preyascha Manushyametaha. Talked again about two things. Two options open for an individual. Shreyas and Preyas. Now you come to 1.3 and say it looks like this mantra also is alluding, reminding us of that mantra. To me, that's how it looks like. And it's a different way of saying two individuals have entered the heart. Like that, Upanishad is saying. Okay? We saw that. Then the 3 and 4, the chariot analogy was given. And it's a beautiful analogy to present what we call Panchakosha Viveka. Panchakosha Viveka means what? We are all Vivekis when it comes to the rest of the world. But the minute it comes to the body, the minute we talk about this body, that is myself, the individual, the personality, we don't have a definition for it. We keep, suppose somebody says, who are you? Or you introduce a friend to somebody else. What do we say? He is this, she is that, my friend from long ago, studied in this school, that college, went there, came here. All this description we give. Really speaking, it is not a description of Atma, for sure. And so this, to understand that, this particular, which we all understand, this particular Ratha Kalpana was given in 3 and 4. Then 5 and 6 introduce the adhikaritvam for this vidya, to really go beyond this panchakosha vilakshanam and then grasp that Atma. These qualifications are needed. What are those? Vivekaha, Vairagyam, or actually Vivekaha, Shamaha, and Damaha. We saw that. That is 5 and 6. Using a language, Avijnanavan and Vijnanavan. Okay. And using a language that person's sense organs are like trained horses versus wild horses, like that we saw in 5 and 6. 7 and 8. Okay. 7 and 8. Okay, now a little further. What is the benefit? What that person does, Vivekavan, Shamavan, Damavan, Purushaha, what does the person get? Ka kya matlab hai? What do I get out of it? Yeah, that question is being answered, right? So it is answered in a indirect way. One person, samsara, maintains this samsara. Okay, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam will be maintained. Then the other guy, yasmad bhuyona jayate, vijnanavan. Yasmad, that she gains that from which there is no return. That's a general statement. That general statement is being made more specific in this next mantra, number 9. Okay? Let's see. Kim tat padam iti. Shankaracharya helps us. He's in the 8th mantra. Look at the second half. Satu tatpadam apnoti yasmad bhuyona jayate. That person gains that padam, that goal, that which is to be accomplished, right? Was said. So Shankaracharya is saying, Tat padam kim. What is that padam? What is that goal? Iti aha. Upanishad says what that padam is. Okay? Now, first half, you should not be very surprised with the words in the first half. It's a repetition of what? Of many of the words that appear in the previous mantras. Vijnanavan we know, Saratihi we know, Manaha we know, Pragrahavan we know. Correct? Vijnanavan Saratihi. The one who has a Sarati, who has Viveka, which means Buddhi. And then what? Manaha, Pragrahavan Naraha. That mind which is symbolized by the reins of the chariot, which is discipline, which is self-discipline. Self-discipline is the best discipline. Why? Because every other discipline, the control comes from outside. Self-discipline is, I know what I should do and I should not. So that self-discipline this person has. Okay? Then what? Saha advanaha param apnoti. Saha apnoti. That person. Saha means referring to that person. Apnoti, gains. Okay. What does the person gain? Advanaha param apnoti. It has to be param. 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 Is par se us par gaya. Param. It's like going to the shore, crossing the river. And so that person crosses, gains that end. And what is this param? Advanaha param. Advanaha param. Advan means this journey. The journey the person is taking. The destination of the journey is reached. That samsara, some Shankara will say, samsara gati. Like that he's going to say later. And so that is going to be reached. Okay. And then what is that padam? Tad Vishnoho paramam padam. That padam is Vishnoho paramam padam. So this is great because this says that Vishnu word is used. So it's very obvious. Vishnoho paramam padam means that person goes to Vaikuntha. Correct? That is, it's a very explicit here. It's very, very explicit. Nobody can argue. And so, but then there are mantras in the same Upanishad which says, Ihaiva Brahma Samashnute. In this life itself, that person gains Brahma and all is said. So we have to connect this and that. So what is this Vishnoho Padam? Shankaracharya will help us. So Vishishtadvaitis will say Vishnoho Padam will be the abode of Vishnu. Padam is Sthanam. Literal meaning of Padam is Sthanam, place. The place where Vishnu resides. Yeah? In our Shastram, there is only one place where Vishnu resides, and that is the Swarga called as Vaikuntha, right? That is the meaning. If that were the meaning, this Jivan Mukti concept will not arise. Jivan Mukti. There is no Jivan Mukti. There is only Marana Mukti. Marana Mukti. I just came up with this word. It's not there anywhere. It is Mukti after death. Maranat Mukti. Or Maranasya Anantaram Mukti. Okay. And so that only is there. Also called Krama Mukti. But here, Shankaracharya will explain to us that Nirguna Brahma Jnanam, like that he will say, Ihaiva. So he will quote some mantras. I mean, he's not going to quote. We will invoke mantras like in this Upanishad itself. If you want to note 2.3.14, 2.3.14, we're going to see that shortly. There, the padam is already mentioned once again. Ihaiva Brahma Samashnute. Or Atra Brahma Samashnute. Sorry, Atra. Atra means what? Right now. Here and now. Like that, those statements will come. Vedaranic Upanishad. Atra eva samavaniyante. Atra eva samavaniyante. So that Atra, Iha will come in many of the our Shruti Pramanam is there for it. And so that Atra is critical. Brahmavid apnoti param. Taittiriya Upanishad. Brahmavid apnoti param. There he doesn't say one who goes to Vaikuntha gains moksha. Like that it doesn't say. Brahmavid it says. One who knows Brahma gains everything. Param. The ultimate, infinite. Sometimes they say supreme, etc. So we have, for us, we have no problem. In the sense, we are happy. One of the reasons I love Advaita is very practical. We are saying, hey, I want moksha here. Can you give me moksha here and now or not? If you can't give, if you say after death and all, I'm not interested. You can go, but I am not interested. That's all I will say. So in a way, we are very practical, I think. So that is the meaning here. Tad Vishnoho paramam padam. Okay. So we will see. We'll see more. Bhaashyam will be interesting. Okay. Let's read the Bhaashyam. Okay, so who's oh, there's nobody to manage today. And who's next after Swapna?
I can.
Huh?
I
Yeah,
can
Surendra. Yeah, Surendra. Go ahead. Vijnana Sarathihi
Vijnanasarathihi
Yahatu
Yahatu
Viveka Buddhi Sarathihi
Viveka Buddhi Sarathihi
Purvoktaha
Purvoktaha
Manah Pragrahavan
Manah Pragrahavan
Pragrihita
Pragruhitamanaha
Samahita Chittaha
Samahita Chittaha
San
San
Shuchihi Narah Vidwan
Shuchir Naro Vidwan
Saha Adhvanaha
Saha Dhvanaha
Adhvanaha
Adhvanaha
Samsaragatehe
Samsaragatehe
Param Param Eva
Param Param Eva
Adhigantavyam Iti Etat
Adhigantavyam Iti Etat
Apnoti Muchyate
Apnoti Muchyate
Sarva Samsara Bandhanaihi.
Sarva Samsara Bandhanaihi.
Yeah. So does anybody know how to operate Zoom? Just want to. Prasanna, can you? Yeah, right. Make your co-host. So, Vijnana Sarathihi Yaha Tu. You can remove the spotlight. Surendras. So, Shankaracharya is here explaining. Yaha Viveka Buddhi Saratihi. Vijnana Saratihi. So, the Sarathi, who is a Viveki, right? Okay. Sarathi is a Viveki. But then, who is getting moksha? We saw that last time, right? Is the Sarathi getting moksha or the owner of the chariot who's behind the Sarathi, right? Behind the Buddhi. So, therefore, he is helping us here. We understand Viveka Buddhi Sarathi. That Vijnanavan who has a Buddhi which has Viveka, right? That person is what we are talking about here. And Shankaracharya compassionately reminds us, Purvoktaha. It was said before. And not only this Vijnanavan Sarathihi was said, Vijnana Sarathihi was said, the other one also. Next one. Manaha Pragrahavan. Purvoktaha means in this case, it's pretty straightforward. Previously said, you just go back. The Vijnanavan Bhavati is there. And then before that, Sarathihi, etc. All we've seen that. And then Manaha Pragrahavan, Shankaracharya says, Pragrihita Manaha Samahita Chittaha San. San means being. San means being. Means the one who is a Pragrihita Manaha Samahita Chittaha. Same words used earlier. Pragrihita Manaha. One whose mind is in one's control. One whose mind does not run wild. That person. And therefore, Samahita Chittaha. One whose mind is calm. It is calm, samahita. Generally calm. And unless something has to be done, the mind is calm. And even when the mind is active, it's not an agitated mind. It's doing things calmly only. Therefore, samahita chittaha. And then Shuchihi, Shankaracharya adds, he says, you know what? Here in this mantra, we should bring in the Shuchihi from the previous mantra, number 8, Sada Shuchihi, right? Samanaskaha, Sada Shuchihi. So he brings that Shuchihi, which refers to Dhamma, right? Shuchihi means Dhammavan, that person who has these qualifications, who is therefore an Adhikari. Okay, then what? Naraha, Vidwan, Acharya says that person who has these qualifications, and of course who had studied the Shastram, the Gurumeva Vigachet Shrotriyam Manishtam, all that is understood here. That person will gain. That person now is a Vidwan. Naraha is equal to Vidwan. Shankaracharya says, yeah, Gopala Itindra says, Apratibandhena Sakshatkaravan. Sakshatkaravan. Like, look at the commentator's word, Sakshatkaravan. So look at that. We can come up with our own words. Sakshatkaravan means one who has done Sakshatkara. Sakshatkara means what? Bhagavan came and said hello to him and he said hello to Bhagavan? No. Sakshatkara, Sakshat. Yes, the only thing Sakshat in this world is I, Atma, self-evident. And that self-evident Atma is understood as the whole, Param Brahma iti. Therefore, that nice word, Sakshatkaravan. Okay, for the word Vidwan, right? Then what? Saha, that person, Saha, right? Yaha Saha, right? We saw Yaha, Shankaracharya supplied, and Saha is supplied by, is given by the Upanishad itself. What is the gender of the word Upanishad in Sanskrit?
Linga.
Huh?
Linga. Pullinga.
Okay, Pullinga. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's Pullinga.
Napumsaka.
It's feminine.
Upanishad, Upanishadau, Upanishadaha. Upanishadam, Upanishadau.
I think, okay, maybe it is Pullinga. Yeah, maybe it is Pullinga. Anyway, we'll look it up later. Okay. All right. So, Adhvana. Saha, Adhvana. Adhvanaha means what? Shankaracharya is going to help us by saying Samsara Gate, Shashti, sixth case, Ekavachanam. So Advan means it is like Atman, Advan. How Atma declines? Atman becomes what? Atma, Atmanau, Atmanaha, Atmanam, Atmanau, Atmanaha. Then Shashti will be Atmanaha, Atmanoho, Atmana. Same thing here, Shashti. Adva, Advanau, Advanaha, Advanam, Advanau, Advanaha, Shashti, Advanaha, Advanoho, Advanaha. So that Advan, Nakaranta Lingam, right? And but any case, what is Advan? Samsara Gati. This journey, this Samsara Gati, the Gati is constant. Kala is constant. All of us are leading lives. Once the life takes place, then it moves. And even after death, the Shastram says the life goes on until the next birth. Okay, so that is called samsara gatihi. Of that samsara gati, samsara gatihi means what? Of that samsara gati. Okay, samsara gatihi param apnoti, gains. He gains something, and what does he gain? Shankaracharya. Param eva adhikantavyam iti etat. Param eva adhikantavyam. Param. Param, take it as param. Okay. And param is Brahma. Param is infinite. Supreme, they say. But supreme, what is supreme if you ask? That param Brahma, adhigantavyam. Adhigantavyam means is to be understood. Because there's no, you can't reach the whole. Because the whole is right there, here and now. There is no question of apyam. There is no question of utpadyam anywhere. Utpadyam is what? Creating. I can't create the whole anywhere. I can make a hole somewhere, but I can't create a whole. Like WHOLE, I cannot create. HOLE, I can create. Okay. So, apyam is not possible, utpadyam is not possible, samskaryam and vikaryam, not possible. Why? Because the whole cannot be subject to vikara and samskara, right? It has to be formless. There is a form very limited, not the whole. Therefore, if there's adhigantavyam, all you can do is you can understand what's what. You can understand the self. You can understand Brahma. That is the only thing left. Okay? And so parameva adhigantavyam in one of the satsang, Anuradhaji said, I don't see any way out other than jnanam. Correct? That is what it is. That is what it is. Adhigantavyam iti etat apnoti. Okay. Apnoti. Okay. Muchyate. Apnoti. Shankaracharya says, Muchyate. Sarva samsara bandhanehi muchyate. So, he's saying, don't take it literally as going from place A to place B. Because next Vishnu is going to come. Vishnu. He has to better Shankaracharya is waiting for a chance like this. Okay. And so, therefore, sarva samsara bandhanehi muchyate. So, from all kinds of things that bind us. Avidya is there. Avidya, after that, kama, karma phalam. Then punarjanma, again avidya continues, this cycle is there. So sarva samsara bandhanehi muchyate. Okay. Then let's read the next, which defines where Shankara will explain the last quarter of this month. Okay, who should be next? Yeah. Thank you. It helps a lot. Tad Vishnoho.
तद्विष्णोः
व्यापनशीलस्य
व्यापनशीलस्य
ब्रह्मणः परमात्मनः
ब्रह्मणः परमात्मनः
वासुदेवाख्यस्य
वासुदेवाख्यस्य
परमं प्रकृष्टं पदं स्थानम्
परमं प्रकृष्टं पदं स्थानं
सतत्वम्
सदत्वम्
इति एतत्.
इति एतत्.
You can put a full stop after that if you don't have it in your notes. Then yat asau
यत् असौ
apnoti vidwan.
प्राप्नोति विद्वान्
Yeah.
आप्नोति विद्वान्.
Yeah. So tad Vishnoho paramam padam. Because apnoti, the verb was already gone past in the third quarter. Param apnoti. So kim apnoti Vishnoho paramam padam apnoti. This is a popular statement. Some of you would have heard Vishnoho paramam padam, etc. Is periodically it comes in some stotras also, it will come. So it's not that uncommon. In any case, coming from the Shruti, right? Vishnu. We know where the source is. So look at that. All the slokas we chant, everything is Smriti. This is Shruti. Shruti, Smriti, Purana. So Shruti is the source for all Smriti. Even Bhagavad Gita, the source is Upanishad. Yeah, that we can recall. So that Vishnoho, Shashti Ekavachanam. So of the Vishnu, literal translation, right? Shankaracharya is going to explain Vyapanashilasya Brahmanaha Paramatmanaha Vasudevakhyasya. How many words is missing to? describe this. Okay. So, before even going there, Vishnu. Vishnu is there in our puja thing. Vishnu is very much there, right? So, so we know one Vishnu who is there right there, Ananta Shayana, or he has this Shankha Chakra, Gadadhari, Vishnu is there, correct? Ekarupa Vishnu, we know very well. Then this Vishwarupa Vishnu also, thanks to our study of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11 just concluded also. Very interesting, right? It's all coming. So how come both are going in the two tracks, it's all going in the aligned. So there we know Vishwarupa Vishnu also is there. Okay. Bhuvpadav Yasya Nabihi. So like that, the whole world is but Vishnu, whose feet is this earth, Bhuvpadav Yasya Nabihi, Vyadasura, etc. So we can think of Vishwarupa also. But here, Shankaracharya is going to come down to the third meaning, which is what? Arupa, Nirgunam Brahma. Right? Any Rupa is a Rupa. Okay, and therefore he wants to bring us down to Nirgunam Brahma. So let's see that. Okay. Vyapana Shilasya. Vyapana Shilasya. Shankaracharya. From this we can know that Shankaracharya knows what is called Dhatu Pata. Dhatu Pata is a text which lists all the 2200 dhatus. The entire language is born out of just this 2200 dhatus. Our acharyas used to memorize the entire Dhatu Pata. Okay? And in that Dhatu Pata, if you look, there is a verb, Dhatu, called Vish. And third Gana, I think it is. And it means to pervade. Wish to pervade. Okay. I think it is third Gana. Let me look. Correct. Jyotyari, third Gana. Okay. So Vish, Vyaveshti iti Vishnu. If you go look at the declension, it will say Vyaveshti. Vyaveshti iti Vishnu. And so, therefore, that Vyaveshti means that which pervades. And Nuk Agama will come. Therefore, Vyaveshti, then Nuk, and then Vishnu. One who is pervading, means all pervasive, is called Vishnu. So Shankara is saying, hey, let's look at the Dhatu. And then Dhatu says all pervasive. Okay, therefore, Vyapana Shilasya means one who is Shilaha, one whose nature is to be all pervasive. That is the meaning of Vyapana Shilasya. And then what kind of, who is that all pervasive? The only all pervasive thing we know is Brahma. Therefore, Brahmanaha. Brahmanaha. Paramatmanaha. Paramatmanaha. Also, we use the word Paramatma for this Brahma. Ishvara we use for generally for Sagunam Brahma. This is Nirgunam Brahma. Paramatma Shankaracharya uses. He often reserves the word Paramatma for when he wants to talk about Nirgunam Brahma. Yeah, look at the tradition, how it comes. Yeah? So that these words gain some meaning, right? Then, Vasudevakhyasya, also called Vasudeva. Like, huh? He's jumping from here to there and suddenly he comes to Vasudeva. Vasudeva, he's also familiar to us. And he's Bhagavan Sri Krishna, right? Yeah, in that context, he is Sri Krishna. But here, Shankaracharya does not mean Sri Krishna. Vasuschasau Devascha Vasudeva. Huh? Vasudeva is split into two. One is called Vasu, the another is called Devaha. Okay. Vasu comes from the word vas, to live. Vas, vasati. Vasati bhutani asminiti vasuhu. That in which all beings live, all beings exist. that in which all beings exist is called Vasuhu. I hope you're following me. What is that in which all beings exist? Satyam. Existence. That is the existence. That is Paramatma. In which all beings exist. That is Vasuhu. Then what about Devaha? Devaha, Jyotanatmakatvat. Because it refers to effulgence, shining. And there is only one thing shining in this world, which is Atma, which is self-evident, self-conscious. I mean, consciousness, awareness. Satyam, Sat and Chit. Vasudevaha means what? Sat, Chit. That is what is being referred to. So, why Shankaracharya when he uses the word Vasudevaha. Okay? And so Vasudevaha means what? Satyam or Sat and Chit. Okay? And therefore, Vasudeva Akhyasya. Akhya means named as or called as. That Brahman, which is also called as Vasudevaha because of the way it is defined. Okay? And therefore, what else? I made some notes here. Yeah, this Veshti. Look at this, interesting. This wish has another meaning, which is to cover also. To cover. And therefore, that Veshti, I mentioned this before in our Tamil language, the dhoti is called Veshti. And probably in other language, in Malayalam also. Veshti comes from that Vish dhatu. And it occurred to me that the West, V-E-S-T, there is an English word. I asked myself, my goodness, is there a connection between Veshti and Sanskrit Veshti, Tamil Veshti, and English West? I think there is this strong connection is there. Okay. And so in any case, this Vishnu word appears 2 times in the Bhagavad Gita, both times in the 11th chapter, okay, which we just completed, right? So 11:24, if you want to make a note of that, 11:24. Dhritimna vindami shamancha Vishnu. Hey Vishnu, right? He's using the word Vishnu. Very interesting. Only in this particular chapter, Arjuna is using that word. And then another shloka is there, which is 11:30. 30th shloka. So the Lelihyase Grasamana Samantat. Okay, there it comes. Tejobhir Apurya Jagat Samagram Bhasas Tavograha Pratapanti Vishnu. Again, Arjuna is using the word. Vishnu, wait a minute. Lelihyase, yeah, correct. You. So, Tava. That's Arjuna's, I think Arjuna is saying. Okay, then one more. Vasudevasya Akhyaha, right? Look at this. Make a note of this. Bhagavad Gita shloka number 7.19. 7.19. Let me read this, okay? Bahunam janmanam ante. Okay. Jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabaha. Correct? 7th chapter we did this. Okay. So Bahunam janmanam ante. After the many births are over, okay, Jnanavan mam prapadyate. So Jnani gains me. Mam prapadyate. Okay. After many births and after knowing the Atma. Okay. Then what? Look at this. Vasudevaha sarvam iti. What does this Jnani know? Vasudevaha sarvam iti. That Vasudevaha, which is this, which we define here. Not Krishna Vasudeva. Krishna is not. Krishna has a form, therefore not. We take him as Bhagavan, no doubt. But here Vasudeva, Sat Chit, Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabaha. The Mahatma. Look at that. He uses the word Mahatma. He uses the word Vasudevaha, all pervasive, and then he uses the word Atma. That Atma is all pervasive, therefore Mahatma. Correct? Correcting like this. Mahatma. The general meaning of the word Mahatma is whatever, noble soul, whatever you want to call it. Great person, etc. Right? But here, Mahatma, one who knows that the Atma is Mahan, all pervasive. Mahan means all pervasive also. Okay? Look at all the connections we can make with this one word. Okay? And so, going back to the Bhaashyam, तद् विष्णोः व्यापनशीलस्य ब्रह्मणः परमात्मनः वासुदेवाख्यस्य. Okay? Then what? Paramam prakrishtam. Paramam. Shankaracharya is saying prakrishtam. Prakrishtam means the most wanted, the most cherished, the greatest. Okay? That is the meaning of prakrishtam. Depending on the context, we can use these words. And the cherished padam, prakrishtam padam, Shankaracharya is saying is equal to sthana. He's saying the literal meaning, the vachyartha, in Sanskrit, literal meaning is what? Vachyartha. Vachyartha is sthanam. Sthanam means a location, a place. Okay? And that is the vachyartha. Then he says, but then that won't work out for us. And so, tatatvam iti etat. Tatatvam. That is a technical word. Okay? That is what? Tatatvam. Along with the tattvam. Tattvam is the truth. Tattvasya. Tasya bhavaha. Tvam. Okay? Along with the truth means what? Swarupam. Commentators say Swarupam. Means gains the Swarupa of oneself and of Vishnu or any other thing you want to talk about, of Paramatma. Paramatma Swarupa and Atma Swarupa are identical. That Swarupam he gains. Brahma vid apnoti param. Taittiriya Upanishad. Correct? And so, Satatvam, he uses a very interesting word. I have not seen this word used by Acharya. Not in that many places. Okay. Which means what? Nirgunam Brahma. Tatatvam means Swarupam equal to Nirgunam. Iti etat, that is how it must be understood. Yeah, that's what Shankara is telling us. And see, Vishnoho, Tad Vishnoho. Tad. I did not explain what Tad is, right? That means that padam, that goal is Vishnoho Paramam Padam. That Tad. The sentence ends with what?
Yad.
Etat. Etat. Tat etat. That is this. Purnamataha Purnamidam. Tvam tat asi. Tat tvam asi. Look at that. These are all subtle comments that people or acharyas observe like that. They will ask us the question, did you notice that? Tat it ketat. Okay. Whether Shankaracharya meant this or not, we don't know. But Shankaracharya could have had it in his mind. We write it. Let's see if that's important. No. Tat etat. Tat Paramatma yetat. Yeshaha Atma. Okay? Like that. Anyway. So it's like a Mahavakya. Tad etat is a Mahavakya, correct? It's a Mahavakya. Tattvamasi. So then, Yad asau vidwan apnoti. Or yad asau apnoti vidwan. Yeah, asau means yeshaha. Asau vidwan apnoti. That padam, that Vishnoho Paramam Padam is gained by this. This vidwan gains that padam which is Tatatvam, which is the Sthanam, which is Paramatma Swarupa Jnanam. Paramatma Swarupa Jnanam, Atma Swarupa Jnanam, Dhamma Jnanam, all that. Okay. So, what is the summary of the shloka? Okay. There is the Vijnanavan, who is a Viveki, who is a Shami, and who is a Dami, or who is a Shamavan, Damavan. That person is there. And that person, what the person gains has been described here in more explicit terms rather than the general terms that was described in the previous mantra, Yasmat Tat Padam Apnoti Yasmat Bhuyona Jayate. Tat Padam was not described there. And so here that Padam, Tat Padam was described as what? Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam. Okay. And that Moksha Padam is referred to by the word Vishnoho Padam. Okay. Here in this mantra. And knows his, her true nature, Vasudeva Akhyasya. So, okay. So you can see how that the teaching tradition is so important because we see mantra is there, Moolam is there. No, I know Sanskrit, I can study this Upanishad. No, difficult. Then Shankaracharya's words are there. Shankaracharya is using so many words. They have to be understood properly. That's why there are commentators who write commentary on the Bhaashyam itself. So that's the tradition. And so we therefore salute this tradition for this teaching. Okay. That completes this mantra. Let's do the Anvaya. Yaha naraha tu. Yaha naraha tu. Look, now we are really reorganizing it, right? Vijnanavan sarathihi. Sorry, Vijnana sarathihi. I don't know what I said. Vijnana sarathihi. Manah pragrahavan. And then within brackets, Shuchihi cha bhavati, comma, Shuchihi cha bhavati, comma, Manah pragrahavan, Shuchihi cha bhavati, Saha, within brackets, Vidwan, Saha Vidwan, Adhyanaha, within brackets, Samsara gatehe, Adhyanaha is equal to Samsara gatehe, Param apnoti. Full stop. Okay. Samsara gatehe param apnoti. Full stop. Then tat param supplied. Tad param Vishnoho Vyapanashilasya Brahmanaha. I've used those two words here. I've supplied. Vishnoho Vyapanashilasya Brahmanaha. Paramam Padam Bhavati. Bhavati supplied. Tad param Vishnoho Vyapanashilasya Brahmanaha Paramam Padam Bhavati. Yaha naraha tu vijnana saratihi manah pragrahavan suchihi cha bhavati kama saha vidwan advanaha samsara gatehe param apnoti. Full stop. Tad param Vishnoho Vyapanashilasya Brahmanaha Paramam Padam Bhavati. Correct? Those who know Sanskrit, basic Sanskrit, know that now you can. Some Arthaskuranam is happening, right? We split it into two sentences. Put a comma there and things. Good. Let's chant the next mantra, or rather, Sambandha Bhaashyam. Adhuna
Adhuna
Yat Padam Gantavyam
yat padam gantavyam
Tasya
tasya
Indriyani Sthulani Arabhya
indriyani sthulani arabhya
Sukshma Taratamya Kramena
sukshma taratamya kramena
Pratyagatmataya
pratyagatmataya
Adhigamaha Kartavyaha
adhigamah kartavyah
Iti Evam Artham
iti evam artham
Idam Arabhyate.
idam arabhyate.
Yeah. So idam arabhyate. Something is beginning now, right? Idam arabhyate. That much we know. So arambha. So some good thing is among us is when Indians sometimes they ask me, "Are you teaching Americans?" Indians always want to know. For them, this means if somebody. I don't know. We have all funny ideas. I'm teaching Upanishad. Are you teaching Americans? Said, I don't know. I mean, is it very important that I should teach Americans or what? So, anyway, I said, no, I'm not. I'm teaching whoever comes to my class, and most of them are all of them are all Indians only. And so, anyway, so what I was trying to say is, all our regional languages have some common words like this Arab. So Arab, all these things we understand. Therefore, it becomes pretty, in that sense, in person, an Indian who knows at least one Indian language, okay, that person will, it's easy to teach it. Otherwise, we have people from the West who have, so many of them, of course, have a lot of interest in this. Becomes a little more. You have to change the tact, and you have to. Every word is a new word, Every word is a new word. At least when we read these words, some words say, "Oh, something seems familiar." We can say artha and all familiar, but artha is not familiar to them. What will you do? Where will you go? How will you teach? So it requires. That's why when Swamiji taught in California, the first 3-year course when he conducted after in India at Chinmaya Mission, he started teaching Ramayana, Mahabharata. Because without Ramayana and Mahabharata, we can't connect. The best way to connect to our culture is through the stories. Okay? And so, what a tapas it is, right? Imagine a person of Swamiji's stature coming to teach and then saying, no, I don't know. I think I have to start from the basics. We teach Ramayana to small kids, 3-year-old kids, 2-year-old kids, they listen to Ramayana. So, anyway, idam artham idam arabhyate. Okay, something is being started. Okay. And the first word is what? Adhuna. Adhuna means now. Idanim. Idanim means what? Something has happened before. We reviewed what happened before, so we know what happened before. The two paths, race and prayer, somehow said in the form of Jivatma, Paramatma entering this forked approach was given. Two options seems to be there. And then the Upanishad brought us down to do this Rathakalpana. And then Vijnanaman, values were described, not values, but Adhikaritvam, Viveka, Shama, Dama, rated. And then that such person only can know what is to be known. And still talking about the goal. Vishnoho Paramam Padam. But still, Upanishad has not described what that is. Shankaracharya says Brahma. But Brahma also should be explained. Could you please explain what Brahma is? If somebody says, then who has to do it? Somebody has to do it. And so, still explanation is there. And therefore, the next two mantras, 10 and 11, Paramarthananda calls it Brahma Pratipadika Mantra. The two mantras which reveal Brahma, what that Brahma is. We keep talking Brahman, Brahman, and Nirgunam and Sagunam Brahman. Okay, what that Brahman is being indicated by these two words. Indicate. Why? Because being very interesting, we can define everything in the world except Atma. What an irony it is. What an irony it is. You look at Tattva Bodha and you look at the definition of Atma, he will say, what is not Panchakosha Titaha, Avasthatraya Sakshi. He's using so many, what is not that, what is not this, what is the Sakshi of that. Very difficult. No direct explanation is available for Atma. That which is self-existent, that which is all-pervasive, does not have a proper definition. Very interesting it is. Because, you know why? Because if it had a definition, what words will I use in the definition? The definition should use the words that we all know. Suppose you ask me, how do I go to this railway station? I must use language which you know. I must use some, landmarks which you know. Correct? I can't say, go to the courthouse, okay, or the government hospital, government college, arts college. The station is right next to it. Then you'll ask me, where is the government arts college? That's of no use. That's of no use. That's not a definition. That's not an answer to your question. So that's by the way, right? So adhuna. Yat padam gantavyam. Yat padam gantavyam. Gantavyam means to be reached. That padam which is to be reached. Okay. Tasya. Look at this. We're going to look at Tasya, go to Adhigamaha Kartavya. Last, Adhigamaha Kartavya. That has to be understood. Yat Padam, that which has to be gained, which the Upanishad has been saying all along. Tasya Adhigamaha Kartavya. Adhigantavya. What a language it is. He's using Shankaracharya. Adhigamaha Kartavya means understanding has to be done. Literal meaning. Its understanding has to be done. Means it has to be understood. It has to be understood. Okay. Tasya adhikamaha kartavya. Okay. Iti evam artham idam arabhyate. Okay. Now, how to understand it? Shankaracharya is giving a hint, giving an indication. Okay. That process is giving an indication. Now look at this. Indriyani, stulani, arabhya. Stulani Arabhya. Arabhya means beginning from. Beginning from what? Stulani Indriyani Arabhya. Right here, there is some confusion. Because generally, when we talk about Indriyani, they are Sukshma. Sukshma Shariram, if you look at Tattvabodha, if you ask him, how do you define Sukshma Shariram? He is going to start with Panchendriyani, Panchajnanendriyani. They're all Sukshma, subtle. That's part of the subtle body. But here Shankaracharya is saying, Stulani Indriyani Arabhi. Bring the Stulani in front of Indriya. Stulani Indriyani Arabhya. Because, okay, Indriyani are subtle compared to the body. But compared to Manas, it is more gross. Correct? Grosser. Okay. That is why he's saying that. We'll see that shortly. Stulani Indriyani Arabhya. Sukshma Taratamya Kramena Pratyagatmataya. That is how Adhigamaha Kartavya. Okay. Starting from this Indriya, sense organs, because that is what the next mantra, if you look, Indriyebhyaha, it says. Okay. Starting from the sense organs, process that is going to be followed is like this, right? So Panchakosha. Okay, most of you will know it. If you don't know it, let me say what it is. Panchakosha Viveka is that body is there, gross, visible. Everybody knows this body. Their body, they know. Others' body is also there. That is called Annamaya Kosha. Okay, Annamaya Kosha means it is a kind of a covering. I'll explain the kind of later. It's a covering as it were. It is covering, no? Some internals it is covering, right? And so it is kind of a cover, and it's gross. Annamaya is gross. Because for Annam is gross, food. Food is something that is perceptible. So, and therefore that is eaten, and food is modified into this particular body and body parts. Okay. Annamaya. Then what? Then Pranamaya. Gross is all gone. Then there's slightly more, less gross, more subtle, shall I say. Pranamaya, which has Pancha Prana, all the physiological systems. Okay. Pranaya Swaha. Prana, respiration. I mean, prana is the respiration, exactly. Respiration. Then Vyanaya Swaha, circulation, like that, Pancha Prana. Pancha Prana, those days they said, you can put all prana, all the physiological systems working in the body is there. That is subtle. Why subtle? Because it is subtle. I don't know how to say why it is subtle. Because it's not gross. You can't look at me and tell me if I'm hungry. Okay, you have to ask me, how come you look like this? Have you not eaten or something? You have to ask. Then only you have to make an inference. Okay, so that's okay. So therefore, more subtle. So Annamaya, Pranamaya, then which also has the senses. Then Manomaya, etc. Going that Manaha, then Vijnana, Buddhi, then Anandamaya. Okay, like that. This is Panchakosha. Okay, just a quick review of this important topic that we have studied in Tattvabodha and primarily Tattva. So that Panchakosha Prakriya is coming here. Why the Prakriya is important? Prakriya means what? Methodology. There are many methodologies to reveal Atma. And one of the methodologies is Panchakosha Prakriya. The methodology of showing body. Look at your body. Yeah, I know. You see the body? Yes. That is not Atma. Body is Atma, but Atma is not the body. Oh, then what is the body? So in Taittiriya Upanishad, let me finish this and come. Okay. There is something more subtle called prana, called pranamaya kosha. All these physiological systems that are operating, that is subtler than this. Oh, so that is Atma? No, that is not Atma. Okay. Then, like that, then manaha, mind. Then buddhihi. Then anandamaya kosha. The experience of Ananda is there. Yeah. That is where you kind of end and say that is due to Atma only. Okay, Anandamaya Kosha. It is also a Kosha. I equate that experience of happiness to Ananda, but I have to know that Atma, I equate the experience of happiness to Atma, but that also is not true. Atma creates Ananda. Every experience, even sad experiences, are due to Atma only. This is called Panchakosha. And Taittiriya Upanishad is very beautiful. Son goes to father. Bhrugurvaiva Runihi Varunam Pitaram Upasasara. Bhrugu, who is the son of Varuna, therefore he is also called Varunihi. Varunihi. Bhrugurvaiva Runihi Varunam, because father is Varuna, right? Varunam, who is Varuna? Pitaram, father. Upasasara. Bhrugurvaiva Runihi Varunam Pitaram Upasasara. What did he say? Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti. Hey Bhagavan, Adhihi, teach me what Brahman is. That's it. This boy, this man boy, we don't know, and he Nachiketa, he wants it. Tell me what Brahman is. And so Tasma Etat Provacha Annam Pranam Annam Brahme Divyajanat. So he said, go think about it a little. And then he thinks about it a little and comes back and says, Annam Brahme Divyajanat. Annam, this body is Brahma. Annam Brahme Divyajanat. Annadhyeva Kalbimani Bhutani Jayante. Why do you say so? Only because of Annam. Food is the essence of this entire world. Without food, there's no life, no body, nothing. Therefore, Annam is the cause. See, he knows how to do the analysis, right? Annam is the cause. Annadhyeva Kalbimani Jayante. Anne Najatani Jivanti. Because of food, living beings live, survive. Anne Najatani Jivanti. Annam Prayantya Visamvishanti. Tad Vijnaya. Punareva Pitaram Varunam Upasasara. Having understood this much, Punaha he went to father, Pitaram Upasasara. Then father must have said, not bad. Then not bad, my dear son, not bad. Go, think on it a little more. He must have said, because the next sentence is, Adihi Bhagavo Brahmeti. Teach me. And then he goes, Tatapo tapyata satapas taptva. Satapo tapyata. He did tapas, he says. He did tapas means he did vichara. Tapa vichare. And then what? Satapas taptva. After tapas taptva, having done that vichara, then what did he come back? He came back to father. And he said what? Prano Brahme Divyajanat. I got it. Dad, I got it. Correct. It's not body. You know why? Because there is something more subtle. Body may be useless, but this prana is there inside. It's working, Even when I am asleep, prana is working. Body is not working. Therefore, prana is Brahma. Shabash, beta. Shabash. He must have said all. Shabash, beta. Then go further. You're getting pretty close, You're so smart. The kids must be told all this. Then we go and do something, right? You're really very smart. Then he goes. Then Mano Brahme Divyajana. And Vijnanam Brahme Divyajana. Like that it goes. Very beautiful. Okay. Some of you are learning to chant Taittiriya Upanishad. How many of you have no Parayanam? Swapna knows. Satish Ji knows. Yeah. There's also some of them. Okay. Bhagya. Right. Hemavati also? Some of you I can only see till here. The forehead I am able to see. I'm guessing who that person is. And then the hand is coming till here. So okay.
I'm not allowed.
Okay. All right. So now with that background, now look at this. Stulani Indriyani Arabhya, starting from the gross sense organs, because body is not mentioned in this mantra. Annamaya is not mentioned straight away from this pranamaya which has indriyani, okay? Okay, therefore arabhya sukshma taratamya kramena, in a particular order, krama. Taratamya means gradation. What kind of gradation? Sukshma taratamya. Increasing, gradation of increasing subtlety, starting from sense organs. We know what to expect. Manaha, buddhi and all is going to come. Okay, kramena. Pratyagatmataya adhigamaha kartavya. That's the Vishnoho Paramam Padam has to be understood as Pratyagatma. Means what? I don't know what Atma is. And I think I am the body, I am the mind, etc. Pratyagatmataya, of the nature of this, called Ittam Bhute Tritiya. There are several types of Tritiya Vibhakti. And this type is called Ittam Bhute Tritiya for those Sanskrit students. Others don't have to worry. Of the form of, if you want to describe something of the nature of, you can use Tritiya Vibhakti. Okay, we'll come to that. A lot of ideas are going on. So it's already time's up. So Pratyagatmataya means what? Of the nature of Pratyagatma. Pratyagatma is used when the word Atma needs to be somewhat qualified to refer to the Atma which is inside, without making it very explicit. This Atma which is there in this body. Okay. Pratyagatmanaya adhigamaha kartavya. That is the way, that is the way to be understood. And in order to explain this, the Upanishad is going to idam evam artham idam arabhyate. This is being started by the Upanishad. Upanishada. Okay, idam arabhyate. This mantra is being idam mantram arabhyate. Okay. So look at the Sambandha Bhaashyam. If you understand the Sambandha Bhaashyam, it's as good as having understood the next 2 months. Correct? Properly. And so, I think which we have done, I hope we have done some justice to that. Basically, he's saying Arabhya, right? Starting from the body, then the senses, then this. That's the vichara. All of us have done the vichara. So that vichara is going to be mentioned in the next 2 mantras, which we will do in the next. Om Swastik Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Ko Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Pajanyah Prithvi Sasya Shalini Desho Yam Kshobarahitah Brahmanas Santu Nirbhayaha Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ